So we are Drug Free Shenango, and we are from upstate New York in Norwich. I am Adrianna, and I want to start by saying that we are cis, white, straight women, so we do not have the lived experiences of the other minorities that we will be mentioning in our presentation. We are aware of the white privilege and will be practicing cultural humility throughout our presentation. We will be using data and facts to present our material. So our title is High School Students Who Currently Smoke Cigarettes or Cigars or Use Smokeless Tobacco or Electronic Paper Products. We have 3 disparities: race, grades, and sexual orientation and gender identity. And we will start off with
Hi, I'm Addison. I'll be talking about the race section. For time's sake, I'm going to just address the highest, the lowest, and the no data one. If you want more information on the others, just ask me afterwards. So the highest race is the American Indian or Alaska Native community with 52.4%. Tobacco companies target them because they use traditional tobacco. There's a difference between traditional and commercial tobacco. Traditional tobacco is used for ceremonies, medical use, and religion. It's also a sign of peace, healing, and a sacred gift from the earth. Commercial tobacco is manufactured by companies. Tobacco companies think it's easier to convince them to use commercial tobacco because they've already used traditional tobacco. The lowest race is the Asian community with 15.1%. They have a lower rate compared to the other minorities. However, there are a lot of different subgroups that might attribute to variations in class, exposure to ads, and attitude towards tobacco, meaning they don't focus on the ethnic groups, so they focus on the larger groups. The one with no data is Native Hawaiian. So in the CDC Youth Risk Behavior Survey, it didn't provide data. But in another report by the CDC, it shows that 45% of Native Hawaiian Pacific Islanders, middle and high school students reported ever using tobacco products because of discrimination, such as immigration laws and policy connotation of Hawaii refugee settlement and more different kinds of commercial tobacco products coming into the Pacific region. Social determinants of health have major impacts, especially for racial and ethnic minorities.
Okay, so now on to grades. We wanted to do a little show of hands things for everyone to guess which grade smokes the most. 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th are your options. So we're going to start with 9. Anyone thinks? Okay, so, 10th, 11th, 12th. We had a pretty good mix. So it is 12th grade, actually, because of the added on stress, the peer pressure mainly. In 12th grade, you're kind of more exposed to more things. You're moving on to college. The stress is very great. The mental health is low because of all of this. You're also trying to fit in high school, so more stress again. On to...
I'm Lara, and I'll be introducing sexual orientation. So for sexual orientation, from greatest to least use, it starts in first is bisexual, and then gay or lesbians, straight, and then questioning. The reason behind this is that on top of stress from high school, grades and such, much stigma is placed on the LGBTQ plus community. This causes high level of discrimination and bullying against them, making their mental health suffer. Big Tobacco then targets this and advertises that tobacco and nicotine will make them feel better when in actuality, it only causes more stress. Also, during Pride Month, tobacco companies advertise a lot, and this causes those who are of the LGBTQ plus community to think that these companies are supporting them and want to support them in return. Yeah, I know. Moving on to...
Wait. Alright, so my name's Andrea. I'm with Channel 10 Orlando, and I have a question. I'm very serious. Okay, so why do you think, Miss Lara, why do you think that the 12th graders are experiencing higher use of this?
Who did you ask?
I asked Miss Lara, but anyone can answer.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that the 12th graders are using it more because they're under more stress with graduation and picking out their colleges, and they're exposed to more since they're older, and people think that they can handle that more.
Thank you so much.
Hello, I am from Southern Channel 7. I just want to know, can y'all tell me about the social determinants of health and how that truly impacted the 3 disparities you spoke of? Maybe on your local level?
Well, so in our school, we actually don't have, we have very, okay, hold on. We are very economically diverse in our high school. It's just one high school, one public school for Norwich, and we do have some kids that are a lot richer than others, so it's very diverse. We all get the same education, so that's good. But on the other hand, we have, it's not very racially diverse, so, okay. So since there are, how do I say this? There's not a lot of social support for the people of color because they're just not a lot. And that leads to the bad mental health because of that. And that leads to smoking because it's just how it is.
I have a question.
Yes.
Tim Loudy, Captain News. I'd like to know, you brought up stigma and you also brought up use rates. Do you feel that our efforts are best spent in dealing with stigma or the actual use of the substances?
Good question.
Very good question.
No wrong answer.
What was it, stigma or what?
Or the actual use rates.
I feel like we, as like nationally, we spend more like on the actual use of it instead of the stigma around it, and not focusing on the fact that the people that use it aren't necessarily bad, the product is bad. Yes.
Oh yeah, Darius from Fox News. I have a question. So how do you think you can what do you think you can do to prevent just in-school smoking for like 12th graders, in your school particularly?
I personally think that we should get some sort of more open and more accepting mental health, something like to help with that, because we all know those counselors at school that don't really help at all. So we all know that, and that's not helpful. We need something more open. We need more than just 2 counselors or 1 counselor per school, because not everyone fits the same counselor. You want to be able to get along with that counselor, and our counselors at our school are all the same. They all act the same. They're all white. They're like, there's nothing different about them. So there is no way for different people to click with them.
Thank you, that's been